Okay. Done. Okay, we'll move to new business. DRC, Kevin Means and James Reiser.
Thank you very much. The reason for Mr. Reiser and myself coming here this evening is actually a twofold request. I'll speak about one and then he can talk about the other. Our GED program has been expanded. You all know from being down in the Data Report Center, there's a very small area that we have the GED folks in right now. I talked to Denny Powell, who owns the building, and I told him what I'd like to do would be on that second floor to build essentially false walls, insulate them, and be able to move the GED program up there. And he's fine with that. My request is for $5,000 to help us get that GED room established upstairs. We have perhaps World Vision is going to help us out a little bit. I haven't ran the numbers to know exactly how much it would cost in terms of the 2-4s, all of that, the insulation and everything. But at a rough guess, I'm thinking $5,000 should sufficiently cover whatever World Vision is going to give us. The Board of Education is going to supply some furniture for up there. And that's our first request. Now our second request, we had a guy come in 2 weeks ago. He had been in our program before. He shows up, he's drunk, has no place to go. We take him to the emergency room. We get him in treatment. He's in treatment right now, but the problem is he's 50 years old, and when he gets out of treatment, he has no place to go. Absolutely no place to go. And so, Mr. Reiser?
Thank you. One thing we see in this area and a lot of West Virginia is a lack of recovery/transitional housing for substance abuse. Governor Tomlin is involved with the SBIRT program. It's screening, brief intervention, referrals to treatment. We were wanting to build one of these houses or obtain one for people to come in. It would also be, we have to have a bed open that the county can use to bring in somebody that's intoxicated instead of taking them to jail. We can do a brief screening on them, decide whether they can stay at the house or they need to go to another facility, refer them out somewhere else. Would save the county a lot of money just on jail alone. But as Mr. Means was saying, these people get out, they have nowhere to go. They go back to the same environment they were in before, and they pick up the same habits. They're running with the same friends, they're doing everything. What we want to do with this recovery transitional housing is build a sober environment, a sober community where these people can get together, they can work. We want to supply jobs. I have a budget here, and I mean, it's high. I always go high. I don't know why, but it's around $80,000, and that's for the house, everything in the house, a van to transport them to work. They work in the house, they have to pay 25% of their salaries, go back into the house to operate the house. It's sort of a one-time investment. The house is self-sustaining. It's operated by a recovery coach who will be on staff all the time. That is supplied by the state grants. The West Virginia BHHF has a lot of grants out for recovery coaching, which is going to be the up-and-coming thing for treatment right now. But it would just add so much to this county, get people back into society, working, being productive, and have a safe place to transition back into the regular life. And I have some budgets here if you all want to look at them. I think it's a much needed service in this area.
And isn't there like people who would be in the house that the state would pay so much for them to be there?
Yes.
So it's not like something that money would just be dumped into without any kind of sustainability plan.
No, it's very structured, the environment, it's state monitored. It's encouraged by the governor. There's, like I say, the West Virginia VHHF is very involved. The recovery coaching is a grant-operated program out of the state. It's a peer-operated, and that's what the governor is pushing for: peer-operated recovery transitional houses. So once we get somebody in the house, they will actually manage the house, be the recovery coach.
Where would this house be?
That we don't have any prospects right now, but we're always looking. I mean, this isn't a jump onto next week kind of thing. This is going to be a over time, but it would be locally where we could, you know, have access to transportation and get people to work. But it would be in Doddridge County.
Is there any in existence now anywhere in the state?
Yes, there are 3 in Buchanan, the Hall's Neighbor House, the Opportunity House, and I don't remember the third one, but they are operating under the same thing, and I'm in contact with them, not daily, but on a pretty regular basis.
How long they've been in operation?
I believe 5 years. The Hall House is the oldest, but it's 5 years. I think the Opportunity House is a women's house. It's been 3 years.
Could a person go and take a tour?
Sure, sure. They welcome to come down.
Okay. I'd love to go.
Okay.
Before I make any decision, I'd love to go and see one in operation.
Okay. That'd be great.
And it doesn't appear that there's there's any money in the budget for, this is just a startup, but
Correct.
nothing about an annual cost to operate.
Annual cost to the county would be minimal. This is going to be from private fundraisers, private donations. It will be a nonprofit. People are backing it, and we can see when we go down to meet the Opportunity House and the Hall Neighbors House people, they'll explain to you how they get their funding, and it's a self-contained unit, and it's very productive in the county.
Would you arrange a tour for me and the other commissioners if they want to go? I'm just speaking for myself.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. I mean, if they want to go, that's fine. But I really do want to go.
I'll contact them in the morning, and we'll set something up when everybody's available, and we'll get down and look at it.
Okay.
As far as the 5,000 for the GED, I would like to see an estimate or something with dollars.
Well, Mr. McCullough hasn't gotten back to us.
Yeah.
Who's going to do the work?
This has become a very, very painful process.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So we apologize.
Okay, that's all right.
And we already paid them? Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes, I think they were paid last fall, which might also be part of the problem.
Oh. What about